Alright, what's up y'all? I'm back with another video. So today we got a change of plans happening. So right now we're in Texas. Finally back in Texas after a couple years. With that being said, I had to put this thing on the trailer and tow it over here. And meanwhile putting this thing on the trailer, I end up scraping the absolute mess out of my exhaust. So it's messed up beyond repair, so I have to replace it. Now I really was sad about this because I really like the tone of my exhaust. I really love the way it sounds. But yeah, so now we're going on to something new. And this is what I got. I end up getting some 3-inch Dynomax Ultraflos. I heard a little bit of them. Sounds really good from what I've seen. Now the thing is, the exhaust on this thing is about, I think, 2.5 to the muffler and then 2 1/4 out. And I'm gonna see if I can try to make these right here. I'm gonna see if I can make these fit, these 3-inch. I'm gonna try to go 2.5 from the exhaust, or sorry, I'm gonna try to go 3-inch from the exhaust manifolds down to the muffler and then 2 1/4 out. I feel like 2 1/4 out will definitely clean up the tone. It's not gonna be as loud, as obnoxious, and whenever you step on it, it'll still sound really good. So that's kind of the plan. So we're honestly about to just see how this go. You guys already remember the setup. It's a Cammed 5.3. It's a Texas Speed Bald Eagle Cammed 5.3. Have some stock hooker style headers, or manifolds, sorry. These are still cast. Down to a 2.5 inch to the unknown mufflers that we have on it. Now I will show you the damage that this caused later, but for now I think we're just about to start jacking this thing up, cutting this exhaust out, and just getting started with that. All right, so this is what I'm talking about right here. This is why I got to replace it. It's scraped and then just blew a hole completely out of it. It sucks a lot because I really like the way these mufflers sound, but I don't know what kind they are because they're like 30 years old. Yeah, so now I got to replace them. All right, so I unbolted it from the exhaust manifold down there, and I'm gonna have to remake all of this in 3-inch, so I'm not gonna reuse that. But look at that hole. Look at the size of that hole. You can see where I scraped really bad and it just ripped straight through. Now what I'm thinking, maybe try to use this exhaust hanger right here. I know it's super janky how they set it up. I didn't do that, but yeah, probably gonna use that exhaust hanger. Probably gonna cut it somewhere in here and just redo pretty much that whole piece back. Shouldn't be too bad. I'm not too worried about it, so we'll see how this goes. All right, here's the damage right here. This thing was sounding really bad for a split second. Dude, it is so much hotter in Texas than I remember. But let's continue forward. All right, so the first thing we're gonna hit it with is one of these. So I believe that's 2 1/2 or 2 1/4 to 3-inch, whatever the exhaust manifold is, and it goes straight to 3-inch. Then I'm probably gonna hit it with either one of these 90s, or I have another set of smaller 90s in here that I can use. It's a lot of stuff. Oh, they're right in here. I just gotta see which one's gonna fit better. Then we're gonna try to pretty much connect the exhaust and or the muffler and all of that once we get under the frame rail. So yeah, let's see how that goes. All right, so after what seems like eternity, finally got this thing welded up how I need. That was a lot harder than it looked. It's ugly, but it works. So I'm not too worried about that. Next step, put this on to line it up with where and how the exhaust is gonna go. And also with this, I got this straight pipe right here. I'm just trying to see how we're gonna line up that muffler now. Since it's all cut out and I got it sitting under here where it should be with bricks, now I gotta line it up with what's up front. Have that 90 down there. I might have to weld on. Not might, I probably will have to weld on. So yeah, we'll see how this all go. All right, I know it's real tight under here, but this is how it's gonna look. Then it's gonna come down right here. I'm gonna cut a couple inches off of this pipe right here because I want my bend to basically start like right in here. I have this small 90 which should work perfect. Probably cut it about right there so it can come like right there. I want it really close to the frame rail. That's kind of what I'm going for. Not like super close, don't get me wrong, but like decent amount of space like this. I think that'll definitely work good. So I'll probably cut somewhere in here and bring it back. But I'm about to see where I want to test fit my muffler because it's gonna have to come somewhere in here. So I'm about to do all of that stuff now. Not gonna lie, if you don't have all the right tools and the perfect bends, this stuff is a lot harder than it looks. I'm using a Sawzall to cut the angles that I need and a Sharpie. Now I'm hoping that this does me some good because I just gotta connect from there to there, which is still another angle that I have to get. And I don't have any 45 bent tubing because of yeah, O'Reilly don't sell 3-inch 45 and haven't seen none anywhere else. So I'm just looking around trying to make the right cuts, and then I'm gonna have to line that stuff up back there. It looked like it's easy, but that's also another angle I'm gonna have to deal with. So yeah, this is a bit of a pain. So this is how far I got today. I know it's a very slow process, but I don't have all the angles that I need. So meanwhile, I ran out of welding wire, so had to get some tomorrow. But in that meantime, I'm actually gonna order some 45s for the other side, so it's not as difficult, you know, so I don't have to do all this all over again. But yeah, I will be back tomorrow. All right, so it's the next morning. Look at this, bro. Texas is so hot and humid that this thing flash rusted, bruh. This type of stuff did not happen whenever I was in Washington. Now, I also wasn't welding last time I was in Texas, so I do not remember it being like this. No wonder this car was so rusty. All right, so after a lot of struggling later, this is where we're at so far. Just gotta bridge that gap. Then I'm gonna use this piece of metal, basically cut it, make it fit, go right in. That's what I did with that piece. I know it's not the best looking, but I'm doing it myself with a flux core welder with not the right tools. So yeah, this is how it's gonna work. All right, here she is. I know that spot is a little ugly. It was really hard to weld all that, but that's what we got so far. So now we're about to go test fit this. All right, so got it test fitted under here, and I think it looks really good. I think it looks really good. Dude, look at that. Look at that. Mind you, I'm using a Sawzall, I'm using a grinder, flux core welder, and some mainly straight pipe, to be honest. I had a couple 90s laying around, or not laying around, but I bought. But trying to get some of these like weird little curves and stuff, I've been using some straights. And also, it sounds super retarded, but I'm also not using any measuring because I can't find my measuring tape, because this is a fairly new garage to me. So yeah. All right, so a couple hours later, and here we are. So got the whole exhaust out. I pretty much tacked everything together, and now I'm just welding everything up. Now this side, I'm not gonna lie, does not look the best at all. It does not look that good, but all this up here is looking pretty decent, except for that spot right there. But it's only because I almost basically had to pie cut this thing to, you know, get this thing to work with no 45s. I have no 45s on hand right now, so yeah, I just had to make it work with what I have. On the other hand, when I start this side, I should have some 45s. They should be coming in tomorrow, but I really want to get this stuff done. And I don't think it's gonna affect the sound too much, because everything's gonna look just about the same, except it's gonna have a 45 right here instead of pretty much a little pie cut. And this side of the exhaust will probably look pretty much the same as well. So yeah, so it's 3" through the muffler, and then it's out 2 1/4, which I think will sound really good, and I think it will definitely flow better, give me a little bit more horsepower gain. So honestly, we'll see. All right, as you can tell, this side is lowered. Just finished up on this side, getting ready to start on the other side. Not really even getting ready, I've already cut the exhaust off right there, and gonna proceed to make that part tomorrow. So that'll be end of today. We'll be back tomorrow. All right, so I'm not about to bore you guys with doing the other side because it's literally the exact same thing. So we're about to get that done right about now. Anyways, guys, I finished up the whole exhaust. I don't know if you can see it down in here. It looks really good. It's actually a lot it's a lot higher up than it was, I honestly think, but it looks really good. So yeah, about to fire it up. Sounds really good. That sounds really good. Hold on. This thing is loud. Oh, I think I like that. That sounds really good, man. All right, now that the car is all back together and driving good and whatnot, I decided to get you guys a sound clip. You know, can't just put the exhaust on without giving you guys a sound clip. I actually really love the way this exhaust sounds. I've been driving around with it for probably like 2 days or so. It's too hot to be driving all the time, so I've only drove it like twice. Okay, so the exhaust setup is a cast hooker style manifold down to a 3" Dynomax Ultraflo muffler and then out of that is going to 2 1/4 all the way out to the tailpipes. So it is definitely cleared up the exhaust a lot. I think, you know, I've definitely added a little bit of horsepower going from 2 1/4 to 3 inch. Idling the car sounds amazing. I was really looking for a deep tone, and this kind of gave me exactly what I was looking for. It definitely opened the car up a little bit. I wasn't looking for nothing like Flowmaster or Glass Packs. Flowmaster is way too hollow and tinny sounding for me. This has a little bit of a tiny bit of a tinny sound, but it sounds perfect in my opinion. Definitely a lot louder than it used to be. Way louder. But only really when you step on it, so I love that. It's not very loud. I got the window down, so it might be even louder. Sounds amazing. I'm telling you, cruising, it don't sound bad at all. But when you step on it, man, you can hear this thing. I love it. Love this exhaust. And like I say, whenever it's at idle, sounds really smooth, sounds really good. Definitely, if you couldn't tell that it was the LS under the hood before, you can definitely tell now. Because a lot of people said with my last exhaust, it did not sound like an LS was under the hood. A lot of people did not think it was an LS under here. Can't tell if that's a cop. Oh, it's not. Watch this move. Let me do that again for y'all. Backfires too. You can hear it burbling. She sounds really good. Coming out to 2 1/4 from that 3 inch, sounds really good. I feel like it cleans up the sound of it. You know, you hear a lot of LS's with 3 inch and they just all sound just loud with no actual tone. Yep, so that'll be the end of this video. I have some I definitely have some big things coming up. Please stay tuned. But for right now, I think that is a wrap with this new exhaust. Well guys, that'll be the end of this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'm gonna say it again, I do have t-shirts available in all sizes in a decent array of colors, so go check those out, link down below. Anyway guys, I'll see you guys in the next one.